Violence and hate against Muslims in India is in the spotlight again. Social media is abuzz with exchanges between some of Gulf's elites and India's Hindutva brigade over the rampant anti-Muslim rhetoric in India. It all began after right-wing Hindu politicians, activists and pro-government media linked the cluster of COVID-19 cases in India to Islamic missionary group Tablighi Jamaat. Since then, there has been a surge in ostracization and hate crimes against Muslims in many parts of the country. The hate and vilification was further peddled by far-right Hindu expats working in the United Arab Emirates. A Twitter handle @Saurabh Consults put out a series of tweets ridiculing Islam and targeting Muslims for the spread of the pandemic in India, describing the Tablighi members as terrorists and calling for their death. This triggered a strong response from Princess Hind Al Qasimi, a member of the Emirati royal family, who reprimanded the user and shared screenshots of his tweets, warning that those engaging in racism and discrimination in the UAE will be fined and made to leave. Qasimi also shared the UAE law that bans hate speech, pointing out that it's applicable to Emirati citizens and expats alike. She further added that such tweets will not go unnoticed. While these exchanges were going on, a derogatory tweet from 2015 resurfaced. One of the deputies of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's right-wing Bharatiya Janata Party had made an offensive post about Arab women. The BJP member was seen quoting Tariq Fatah, a writer much loved by India's right wing and known for his anti-Muslim views. The tirade of vile anti-Muslim remarks made by Indian nationals living in the Middle East is forcing not only the royals, but also some of Gulf's leading lawmakers, human rights activists and scholars to reconsider their relationships with India. Majib al-Sharika, a Kuwaiti human rights lawyer, has announced to voluntarily take the case of Indian Muslims to the UNHRC in Geneva. Saudi scholar Abdi Zahrani has called for the expulsion of Indians involved in hate speech from the Gulf region, using the hashtag #SendHindutva The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has also raised concerns over the hate crimes and denounced the persecution of Indian Muslims. Almost 8.9 million Indians work in Gulf countries, and those supporting the Hindu right wing are now under the scanner for their anti-Muslim messages and hate speech. Some offenders have even been fired from their jobs and forced to leave the UAE. Sensing trouble and growing resentment in the Arab world, Prime Minister Modi played the diversity card.
COVID-19 does not see race, religion, colour, caste, creed, language or borders before striking. Our response and conduct thereafter should attach primacy to unity and brotherhood. We are in this together.
But many say this tweet was too little, too late, as it fell short of what was actually needed, condemning the right-wing brigade for their blatant anti-Muslim bigotry. Indian embassies in Gulf countries are now increasingly reminding citizens to not engage in racist behavior and discrimination. Over the past few years, the Modi-led BJP government has built close ties with the Arab world. In 2016, Modi was conferred Saudi Arabia's highest civilian honour, the King Abdulaziz Sash. In 2019, the UAE rewarded him with the state's top award, just weeks after India unilaterally revoked the disputed Jammu and Kashmir's special status. And on top of that, Saudi Arabia and the UAE have pledged $100 billion and $75 billion respectively to develop India's infrastructure, energy and industrial sectors. So, is India's Hindu right wing jeopardizing the country's footprint in the Gulf?